There's an old saying, there's no such thing as a dumb question. And being a professional teacher, I sometimes disagree with that, but I think if you dig a little deeper, it really comes down to people coming from an honest place wanting to understand the world. And so a question came across my desk recently, and it was, what is the minimum amount that you could invest in Bitcoin? Now, I was thinking to myself, that's actually a really good question, because if you only had a certain amount of money and you were interested in investing in cryptocurrency, obviously you're a beginner. Number one, where do you begin? What do you need to think of? And there's not a lot of answers on the internet for a question like that. So today I'm going to share with you the answer to what's the minimum amount you could invest in something like Bitcoin. And I encourage you to stick around, because this is the perfect video for somebody just getting started. All right, you're not going to want to miss this. So you heard right, investing in cryptocurrency is becoming more and more popular, but it doesn't necessarily mean that people are becoming more and more educated. In fact, a recent study showed that something like only 25% of people who are investing in cryptocurrencies actually understand and are educated in what they're investing in. So real quick, before we dive in, smash that like button. Really, I'm trying to get the views up on these crypto videos, and it's starting to work, but I need your help, so thanks. Now, when it comes to the question, what's the minimum amount you can invest in Bitcoin? Believe it or not, the answer is 1 cent. However, I wouldn't recommend going through the platform that allows you to invest 1 cent. And there's some other things to consider about fees, the spread, and the security of which platform you choose. For example, Local Bitcoins is a site that is based out of Finland that allows you to essentially buy, sell, or trade a 1 cent worth of Bitcoin. However, this sort of unique peer-to-peer platform still has fees. It's a 1% fee per transaction. So if for some reason you actually were recommending to people like, yeah, you can get 1 penny worth of a Bitcoin, there would still be a 1% fee, and now you're dealing with like amounts that are so minuscule that that's probably not the real answer. And another thing to consider is that Local Bitcoins recently announced that they are restricting account access to all but a handful of states here within the United States. That just means as federal regulations begin to kind of firm things up, certain companies that have maybe been like international or unregistered in certain specific states are not going to be allowed to operate anymore. So moving on, the real answer is you can invest as little as right around $1.99 in Bitcoin. Now, that small of an investment is available on multiple platforms that are known for being secure and have registered with all the proper state and federal agencies. However, it's now time to consider things like fees. You see, personally, I wouldn't recommend investing less than $50 if you are looking to get started in cryptocurrency. And that's because there is always going to be a minimum fee per transaction, at least for the foreseeable future. So let's just say you took advantage of a site like Coinbase to open an account and you bought like a $1.99 worth of Bitcoin. There is still going to be a small hidden fee called the spread that we'll get into more, and a 99 cent or $1, let's just say, transaction fee. So if you're thinking of it the way I am, about 50% of your investment is taken right off the table simply because of fees that you really didn't realize existed. Another thing to consider is the spread. The spread is common practice. It is going to be the price increase, like a slightly higher price increase, and that's the price that you're charged, compared to what the actual market value is. Sites like Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, they usually have some sort of spread, and you sort of have to kind of dive into the details and research exactly what it is. Now, this can be as small as like 0.5%. However, that 0.5% is on top of the other fees. So yeah, if I'm saying, hey, I don't recommend less than $50 per transaction invested, That's because you're paying, just under 1% in the spread, and then there's going to be either a flat rate transaction fee or there's going to be some sort of percentage-based transaction fee. Now, the next thing I'd want you to consider is security. If you've read about any sort of like hacks or attacks on crypto exchanges, again, I would not choose one that doesn't have a high level of security and a reputation for a high level of uptime. And what I mean by that is the last thing you want to do when it's time to go buy or sell is to not be able to log in because the site is down. So when it comes to security, there's actually two terms I want you to remember. The first one is going to be crypto wallet. And the second one is going to be crypto exchange. You see, a crypto wallet is a secure place where you actually hold your cryptocurrencies online, digitally, and it secures your keys as well. However, there's actually a hot version and a cold version. I'll get into it. I know it's confusing, but there's like a cold storage wallet like this Nano Ledger X. And this is in your possession. You are having your cryptocurrencies securely stored right here in your own possession. However, there are crypto wallets within the exchanges, meaning they are secure and they're yours. However, you're keeping it essentially in the custody of the crypto exchange. And simply put, the crypto exchange is just where you buy and sell the cryptocurrency. So you can see that it is very important to like where you are buying, meaning the crypto exchange, and to be aware that you want that exchange to have a crypto wallet, or you're going to want to purchase one of your own like I have here. I'll leave a link down below in the description to where you can get one of these Ledger Nano X's. I have more than one, and I think they're great to use. But be careful, make sure that the crypto exchange you're using lets you actually take your cryptocurrency off the exchange and into your own wallet. I'll leave a link to a video right up here on why I don't like Robinhood as a cryptocurrency exchange. It's popular, people like using the mobile app, but they don't actually let you take your cryptocurrency off the exchange. And as a result, I would not recommend using them. So like any form of investing, it can be high risk. Markets fluctuate just like with stocks, bonds, mutual funds. However, with crypto, it can be up 10%, it can go down 30%. It's a much more fast-paced and for some people, scary place to invest. But once you know that and are educated, then you can purchase the coins or tokens that you like best and kind of have a better understanding of exactly what you're doing and hopefully what to expect. So if you are watching this video and you're ready to kind of buy that first Bitcoin, here's the last few steps I would recommend that you take. And the first one would be to simply just choose a crypto exchange or a platform to use. Here in New York State, we're limited to a handful, so some of the ones you see these other YouTubers recommending, I don't even have access to. Now, once you register for an account, you're going to want to make sure you have your crypto wallet, and if you need to register for one of those, do that as well. I also recommend linking a bank account because if you use something like a credit card or a debit card, there are additional fees on top of the spreads and the transaction fees I previously mentioned. And as a result, that's just going to eat into your investment even more. So after you link that bank account, you can place your first order if it's for Bitcoin or whatever you're choosing that day, and then you're off to the races. Now, in terms of key takeaways for a question like what is the least amount you can invest in Bitcoin, please understand that this video is geared towards beginners. If you have someone who you work with, a family member, I have a whole playlist, again, I'll link it right here, of very, very user-friendly, easy to understand cryptocurrency videos. And I really do like to take a grounded approach. I'm not here trying to tell you that the red candles and the green candles are going to make everybody multimillionaires. However, the potential to make money is real, especially if you kind of understand what you're doing and you're investing for the long term. It's very important to take into consideration the fees that you're going to pay when you're investing, along with how user-friendly the platform is. I haven't mentioned, Coinbase Pro And that's because a lot of people who are just getting started, they're a little intimidated when they first log in. So again, I'll leave a link down below in the description to a few platforms that I think are user-friendly, available in most states, and I think they even throw you like some free Bitcoin when you make your first purchase. So go check out those links. And hey, if you are interested in joining our new private Discord group, I will invite you to check it out. We are really having a good time over there lately. It's really on the ground floor right now. We are covering some topics that I don't get to cover as much here on this channel. So please check it out. Also, if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. All right, as always, I'm Rich, and until next time.